The white thang, sometimes spelled white thing or Alabama white thang, is one of the most persistent cryptid legends in the American South, particularly within northern Alabama, stretching through the hill country of Morgan, Etowah, Blount, and Jefferson counties. Reports date back to at least the mid-19th century, long before the creature entered modern paranormal circles. 19th century antecedents, 1840s to 1900s. Frontier-era settlers in the region told stories of a white beast that roamed the forested ridges and hollows near the Tennessee River and Sand Mountain Plateau. Descriptions varied widely. A massive, long-haired animal resembling a polar bear or large white ape. A ghostly, man-sized figure, sometimes running on all fours, sometimes upright. A screaming spirit, heard but seldom clearly seen. One of the earliest written mentions appears in local oral histories, collected in the early 1900s by teachers and clergy around Decatur and Huntsville, referencing a white critter in the woods that howled like a woman in grief. Many of these accounts circulated alongside other Appalachian and southern frontier tales, such as panthers that scream like women or ghostly riders, indicating a shared origin in rural storytelling traditions. Physical descriptions and behavior. Over the decades, reports describe three dominant variations of the white thang. The white ape type, a tall, shaggy, upright creature, usually 7 to 8 feet tall, covered in thick white or pale blonde hair. Its face is said to be pink-skinned, almost human, with small red eyes. It emits a piercing, woman-like scream. The spectral type, a featureless, glowing white humanoid or animal form, seen darting across rural roads or fields, vanishing abruptly. These accounts often come from nighttime travelers, suggesting a possible link to optical illusions, fog, or misinterpreted wildlife. The feral dog/big cat type. Some witnesses described it as quadrupedal, like a lion or a massive white dog, moving with impossible speed and agility. Common traits include white or translucent coloration, inhuman vocalizations, likened to a scream, whistle, or roar, elusiveness, with no verified physical evidence. The creature was often associated with bad weather, funerals, or unexplained deaths of livestock, reinforcing its reputation as an omen or harbinger, rather than a simple animal. 20th century sightings and regional spread. By the mid-20th century, the white thang had become a recognized piece of Alabama folklore. Oral accounts from the 1930s to 1960s in small farming towns, particularly Decatur, Cullman, and Oneonta, described nighttime encounters during the Great Depression and after World War II. Key sightings, 1910s, Morgan County. Farmers reported a white beast that attacked dogs near the Tennessee River bottoms. It left tracks described as barefoot, but too large for a man. 1930s to 40s, Blount County. A white, human-sized figure was said to stalk people walking home from church. Witnesses said it screamed and vanished into pine thickets. 1960s, Decatur area. Multiple families in rural neighborhoods claim to have seen something white darting between trees near Wheeler Wildlife Refuge. Local deputies investigated, attributing it to a white mule or escaped circus animal. By the 1970s, the creature entered local newspapers and television segments on Southern folklore. It was often mentioned alongside the Fook monster of Arkansas and Florida's skunk ape. Though unlike those, the white thang's spectral qualities gave it a ghostly reputation rather than a zoological one. The spirit theory. In northern Alabama's storytelling culture, many residents historically blended Christian belief with deep folk spirituality. The white thang was sometimes called a haint, a southern term for ghost or restless spirit. Stories said it appeared near cemeteries, old homesteads, or disaster sites, particularly before tragedy struck. In this form, the creature is more an omen than a predator. The cryptid, or unknown animal theory. Others treated it as a real flesh-and-blood creature, akin to a regional Bigfoot. Its pale coloring could be explained as albinism or seasonal coat variation in an unclassified primate or large mammal species. Some folklorists point out that local wildlife, white or pale bears, bobcats, or even escaped exotic pets, could have birthed the legend. The sound described as a woman's scream could be attributed to foxes or mountain lions, both known for haunting, high-pitched cries. The psychological and cultural theory. From a cultural perspective, the white thang functions much like other southern boogers or haints. Stories used to keep children close to home, to warn travelers against wandering after dark, or to give shape to community fears. Its color, pure white, symbolized both death and purity, aligning it with ghosts and angels. In this sense, the white thang became a living symbol of the frontier's lingering wilderness and uncertainty. The legend in modern times. By the late 20th century, the white thang became part of Alabama's broader folklore revival. Paranormal researchers began recording eyewitness statements for books and online archives. In the 1990s, reports resurfaced near Decatur and Priceville, often described as a tall white creature crossing Highway 31 at night. Hunters in Blount and Cullman counties have occasionally described a white ape, or ghost beast, moving upright in their headlights. Modern folklorists like David Weatherly and local historians have cataloged the white thang as one of the South's enduring mystery creatures, alongside Mississippi's Pascagoula River Phantom and West Virginia's Flatwoods Monster. Locals continue to pass the story on to new generations, less as a warning now, and more as a regional emblem of mystery. In some rural festivals, the white thang appears on T-shirts, posters, and ghost tours, blending folklore with community identity.